Hi friends. So today's lesson we are going to be describing connections. So let me check to see what page we're on. We are on page 496. 496. I'm going to read the directions and then I'm actually going to stand at my desk and flip through the pages and underline and do the things we need to, but I'm going to have my camera set up on the smartboard so you guys can see from there what to do and follow along with me. Before I do that though, I'm going to start the directions. So we are going to be describing connections. It says you can connect details to key ideas. Understanding the connection between ideas in a text can help you figure out what the text is all about. And it says, go to the close read notes. Follow the directions to underline the text. Use the details you underline to complete this chart. So, all year we've been doing this. And this is our last reading lesson doing this. So we are going to go back through the text, underline our answers, and then we're going to fill out the last of this chart together. So, like I said, I'm going to be over at my desk writing and doing that, and I'm going to have the camera set up right here so you guys can follow along on the smartboard. So we'll get started. Okay, if you guys want to flip back to the beginning of the story, or not story, but the informational text, it starts on page 475. 475. So if you guys need to pause the video to get there, you can do that, and then we are going to start. Okay, so if we flip the page, I see this information over here, but our first thing we're going to do right here, we're going to describe connections. And it says, underline the words in paragraph 3 that tells what shapes the land. So remember, how do we know what paragraph 3 is? Well, we have this 3 right here that tells us this is a paragraph. And look, we have so many text features on here. We have photographs, captions, the title, so many things. But it says landforms are shaped by wind, fire, water, and ice. Landforms are also shaped by movements of the earth under the ground. Some landforms are shaped by animals or people. So friends, this whole section was telling us how landforms are shaped. So you can do this along with me, but we are going to underline those details. So it says landforms are shaped by wind, fire, water, and ice. It says landforms are also shaped by movements of the earth underground, and some landforms are shaped by animals and people. So there are a lot of ways and reasons that the land is the way it is. So when you guys are done, we will flip the page. Flip the page again. And over on this page, we have another describe connections. So it says, underline sentences that describe how the rivers and the lakes are connected. So we have to find that detail and underline it. So rivers and lakes. Rivers and lakes are bodies of water that are on continents. A river is a large stream of water that flows into a lake or an ocean. A lake is a body of water that has land all around it. The water in rivers and lakes is fresh water. Fresh water does not have very much salt in it. So this says, how are they connected? How do rivers and lakes connect? Do you guys know what to underline? It says, a river is a large stream of water that flows into a lake or an ocean. So the lakes stand still like this. The lakes don't move. The river is what flows into the lake. So river is moving waters, and lakes are waters that stay still. I really like this informational text. This is nice. So you guys can flip the page again. We will flip it again. Here is a describe connections. It says underline words that describe what plains are like in different places. And right here it says plains are flat areas of land. So we're looking to see how they're different in different places. It says much of the land on earth is made up of plains. Plains are huge areas of nearly flat land. Some plains are covered in bushes or forests. Forests are areas with many trees. Other plains are covered in grasses and flowers, and these are called grasslands or prairies. So the way they're different, it says some plains are covered in bushes and forests, and then other plains are covered in grasses and flowers. So then it gives us two examples. So this plain has all these trees and probably bushes, and this plain right here has more grass and flowers and not as many trees. So if you guys want to flip the page, flip again. I think this will probably be our last one. Describe connections. So it says, underline words that help you describe what dried lava does to volcanoes. So here's a picture that could maybe help us. A volcano is an opening in the Earth's surface. Some volcanoes are active and others are dormant. They are not active. An active volcano still erupts or explodes. Smoke, ash, and lava shoot out from its opening. Lava is a hot liquid. After lava pours out, it dries up and gets hard. Each time a volcano erupts, the dried lava builds up. The volcano gets bigger and bigger. So the question was, what does the dried lava do? Well, it says the dried lava builds up. The dried lava builds up, and then the volcano gets bigger and bigger. So all of this, once this lava erupts down here, it dries, and every time the lava shoots back up and then dries, this area gets bigger. So the volcano gets bigger every time that lava dries. So you guys can take some time to make sure you're at where we're at. Okay, so now we're going to fill in our charts. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to grab a pen. So the first thing said what shapes the land. And then they already wrote in, well, the land is shaped by wind, fire, water, ice, movements of earth, animals, and people. So the rivers and the lakes, do you guys remember what we underlined? It was rivers flow into lakes. That was one detail, and then the other detail I'm going to write fresh water, because usually ponds and lakes and rivers have fresh water. So if you need to pause to catch up on that, you can. I might try and find a black pen for you. Okay, so then it says wide and flat plains. So do you guys remember how the plains are different? So we'll write some plains have forests, comma, some have grass and flowers. So remember the plains, some have like big bushes and forests, and a bunch of trees and wood, and then other plains don't have those things and they're more flat and they have grass and flowers. If you need to pause the video to catch up, you can do that. This last one is mountains of lava. Do you guys remember? Here, let me rewrite. Do you guys remember what we underlined for that? We underlined that the lava dries up and makes the volcano bigger. So that's what we're going to write. Okay, so lava dries up and makes the volcano bigger. I think I spelled volcano wrong. Let me check. Yes, I did. There's no E on it. So I hope that was easy to follow along. If you guys need to pause the video to be able to write the rest of the chart in, you can do that. Good job on our last reading lesson. It's so crazy that this is how we're ending it, but this was our last one. So fill this out. Have a good time doing it. This is a really good informational text, and let me know if you have any questions.